The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hello, welcome back to your favorite podcast,
De-influenced.
I just found out Jordan is in a secret group chat without me of Divvy employees.
Well, it's like
And
not
not
all
only
Divvy
that-
employees. It's my special forces team,
Well, not only
my Delta team.
Not only that, he named the group chat Winner Circle after my favorite song that I always use for my pump up song
It's true.
that I played before I played in the celebrity MLB game.
It's actually pretty.
And it doesn't cuss. Way past the bases. It's so positive.
It is a very positive song.
It's a very positive song.
Yeah.
I'm a winner.
Well, I stole it from you, and now
and then you named
and
the
now
chat.
every Friday we have a winner circle meeting. It's 30 minutes, and everyone gets to say their successes, but also their failures, because I've created a culture where failure is okay as long as you're taking good risk.
That
I'm
is beautiful.
a great leader.
You're a great leader. I'm a great follower. Actually, I'm a great independent. Don't tell me what to do.
No, if you tell Dani what to do, it's over. You have to manipulate her to make her believe it's her idea.
Like, for example, leave the garage door open for 2 months and let birds come in and plant nests so that Dani, when she wants to work out, gets inspired to clean it all on her own without you having to ask her to do it.
Yeah, or one would say like Dani has a mishap in the lake house bathroom, and then she then is like, we need a plunger or poopery in every bathroom.
This is like,
I think I won the debate in the comments.
Jordan, no, you didn't win. Okay. Because we're not doing it.
Another thing about Dani is she can never accept an L.
No, I can't. I did accept the L. Like when I got mad about the Nanette stand that you ordered, I was so mad at Jordan because
You literally said, well, I'm usually right.
I did, but I was wrong that time. I told you. I was so upset. This is like a story within a story within a story. But I was so upset about this. We needed another Nanette stand, and he ordered this big box that I was like, Jordan, you ordered a whole nother Nanette system. I was like, feel how heavy this is. This is not just a stand. I was like, return it right now. And he's like, this is just a stand. I'm like, Jordan, look at this. It says camera not included. And I was like, oh, you were right. Sorry.
So after our debate about the plungers, this is what happened on Tuesday of this week. So after you got mad at me about ordering the plungers for every bathroom, I get a text at 2:39. Babe, please don't put these in the bathrooms. The stainless steel is so tacky and ugly. It feels like you're at a cheap Mexican restaurant. None of the finishes are stainless steel, so it's really tacky and ugly and gross. We need to return these or I'm going to throw them away. They're disgusting. Because she saw the Amazon order that I just was like, she's wrong. I'm right. I'm going to order them.
No,
she'll never know.
No,
hold on.
Can I just say, he ordered heavy duty plungers, stainless steel with a black handle, and it comes in a set with a toilet brush on one side and the plunger on the other side. It's like something you would walk in and see at Six Flags because it's like industrial.
Well, while we're at it, I think I should show you the new branding I have for the Ramirez Ranchita or Lake House.
It's also not called the Ramirez Ranchita.
Well, I got the branding done, so here it is. Let me see. I wanted to show you this live because I knew if I didn't, it would probably turn into a fight, but you kind of have a better attitude. So I thought it was like really fun, right? It's Divvy colors. No? Well, be nice because someone that we know did this, but off of my direction.
Well, can I see it?
Yeah. Oh, that one's fun. And while she's looking and reviewing the branding, I was at Merit Coffee this morning, and Dani, you'll never believe this. It's so good that the things I talk about on this podcast, people care about.
This looks like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's the fun part of it. It's kind of fun, right? But I was at Merit this morning and I was ordering coffee. Listen, are you listening?
Can I give my input on this? Or no?
Well, let me talk about this first.
Okay.
So I was at Merit Coffee this morning. You know, I was at the cashier. They were there. The producers were there. And some lady came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, I was just listening to your podcast about these cups. And she was like, they really are such good cups. And we just sat there and we talked about the cups. And I go, hey, do you want to know who manufactures them? Because I can tell you. And the employees were just dumbfounded. They were like, who is this guy who kept asking about the cups? But she cared.
Where are the cups manufactured?
It's called Graphic Packaging. Shout out if anyone works there. I would love a lower minimum order quantity than 100,000, but I would love to put the Ramirez Ranchita branding on this particular cup. It's an eco-friendly cup, which I care about the environment.
But what about the fact that most people are drinking like sodas, things that need ice? Like I'm thinking styrofoam cups.
Those are on my list too, but I haven't gotten to my favorite one of those. I'm going to all the restaurants in Lakewood and I'm testing the styrofoam.
What about just like the Chick-fil-A styrofoam cup? You know, everybody loves that.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a great idea. I'm very open to your influence. Are you open to my influence?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, the answer is no. And because you're not open to my influence, this is why I go around you.
Okay, that's fair. The thing is, though, I think what's hard for me is I've told you since day one I didn't want to name it the Ramirez Ranchita because it had no Latin, Spanish, Hispanic
Babe,
like look to it. Like it looks like a cottage. Like that's in the Northeast.
We are the Latin influence in the lake house.
But our house,
like our family.
No,
we
I
are
know,
fluent in Spanish
but the
minus
house
me.
looks like a cottage, not a ranchita.
I know, but
So
here's the problem.
And it's kind of like we have these really nice bathrooms with stainless steel plungers. You know, it's like, it's just not really matching like the vibe.
But here's the problem sometimes with you is that you might be right.
No, I know that I am.
But then what's the solution?
Well,
you're such a like, this is the wrong thing. And then I'm like, okay, well, what do you think? And then you're like, I don't know, I'll think about it. And then you always forget to think about it.
Well, what about like the Ramirez Cottage?
That is a boring ace name if you ask me, but sure.
But I just feel like the branding should also go along with like the Northeast vibe. Like I would say this is giving very like, it's more modern, contemporary, but like I think we need like a serif font, like with, you know what I mean? Like classier, because that's like the vibe of the home. It's like, it gives Nantucket. It gives like, you know, like nautical vibes.
This is like so giving vibes of when we first started Divvy, because it's like, here's the thing about you. And I'll say this publicly. You're a genius. You really are a genius. But to bring your genius out is a very excruciating process.
But you haven't even sat down and tried to collaborate with me. You really haven't.
That's true. We
haven't sat down and been like, let's think of a name or like, let's throw things out. You just go around me and then do it. And then I get upset because it's my lake house too.
I'm a very bad collaborator.
And I really care about the cups in our house. And I really care that they're styrofoam because I like to have ice in my drink. I don't want to drink Coke from a paper cup.
Okay, I understand. We'll talk about this later. But point is that the comments really understood the thoughtfulness that went into my design of the bathrooms with the poopery and the plungers.
Okay, I get it. But like, here's the other thing. I'm cool with the poopery. I just didn't want that branding. I want it in like a pretty glass bottle.
Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out. We're gonna collaborate.
It's just like fun. It's like little things, like details that are fun to add to your house and make it like your own personality.
I know. We'll figure it out.
I just don't want stainless steel.
I know. You really, I came home from my walk after this really charged text thread.
I was also on my period still.
I know. That's why I was messing with you.
Good job.
I was so done with this period. I was like, you know what? I'm going scorched earth. I was like, I'm done tiptoeing around this period, walking on eggshells. It's like, I'm dead ass.
Well, there's a new pope.
Yeah. Was the conclave televised? Like, was there a lot of news coverage on the process of the conclave? How long did the conclave last? Because, you know, if you watch the movie, The Conclave, which I recommended on the last podcast.
You did love that one.
It's a great one. I wonder what the longest conclave in history has been. Will you ChatGPT that?
Yes, of course. Why did Trump post a picture of him like
AI Trump Pope?
Like, what was that whole thing about?
I don't really know. I think the White House is really leaning into meme culture on their socials.
I mean, I'm not Catholic, but I feel like that would kind of be a little bit disrespectful. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I just feel like it's like not a good look.
Yeah, it's tough because you have people who understand meme culture, and then you have people who don't. And the people who don't are very confused.
My
for
thing
sure.
is like, just don't go with like nothing religion related.
Yeah.
Just like, don't go there. You
Totally.
know? It's just like, stay away from that one.
Yeah.
Especially around Easter time.
What's the longest conclave?
3 years.
No, that can't be. That's for real? Like they couldn't
In the
agree
year
on a pope?
1268 to 1271. In 2003 years, 1,000 days. In Viterbo, Italy.
How long did this conclave last? 2 days? Whoa, they were really united on that.
They knew what they wanted.
The Holy Spirit was moving
Yeah.
and grooving. It was like Chicago.
Chicago, and he's like the first American pope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we know about him?
I said, Elliot's text, I said, new pope, congrats. And the confetti went on.
So like Catholics today are celebrating this new pope? Okay. On the scale of liberal, conservative, moderate, where does he fall? Because wasn't Pope, the previous Pope, like a little bit more liberal?
The scriptures are, you know.
We got another lib Pope.
Yeah.
We love it, I think. I don't know. Not Catholic.
Yeah, so that's big news. What else is going on?
I don't know. Honestly, I've had a really busy week.
What you been up to?
Well, we're looking for some new executives for Divvy. So it was like a lot of interviews, a lot of conversations. Yesterday I was at Park House, which is like the Dallas Soho House.
Yeah.
But I was there for 9 hours. They literally cheered when I left. Did you know that? Did I tell you this?
No.
The ladies
like,
downstairs.
Get out of here.
No, it's really kind of been haunting me why they were clapping when I was leaving. And I think the joke was that I had been there for 9 hours.
Because they were like so proud of you, or like truly get out of here?
No, I think it was like I overstayed my welcome because I went from like an interview to dinner, and then I was just like hanging out with some friends there. But yeah, it was kind of weird. It's really haunted me. The other thing that haunted me was that when one of the executives came from out of town, Teresa from our Divvy team was there. And the lady who was from out of town was like, oh my gosh, like this is like such a Dallas place. Cause it is, it's kind of like a vibey, trendy, hoity toity place. And I was like, I know, this is like so Dallas. And then Teresa goes, Jordan, like you're so Dallas.
You're so Dallas.
And it was hard on me because in my mind, I'm not.
You're so Dallas. I always
but
tell
I
everybody.
think I am. I've really thought about it a lot.
You're very Dallas. I always tell everybody that I'm like, Jordan is more Dallas than I am, for sure.
Wait, so what makes me so Dallas?
You do all the Dallas things. You hang with all the Dallas people. You hang out. You like are part of these like prominent, all these prominent people that are important people in Dallas. Like you hang with those people.
But I always thought like I was like
billionaires, business owners. Like I don't leave my house. I just clean my garage,
But I just thought I was like on the fringe of it. Like, it's like, oh.
Yeah, you are, but that's so Dallas.
This Austinite is just like, trapped in Dallas. Like, that's kind of how I saw myself.
No, but then you also like go to all the Dallas-y places. Like you're out and about. You like walk White Rock. You go to your coffee shop every day.
I'm so
you
Dallas.
Go to Park House. You go to Javier's.
This is your fault. We could have stayed in Austin. You converted me.
Oh my gosh. I would move to Austin in like a heartbeat.
I know.
No, you're very Dallas.
Are you very Dallas?
I think I can be. Like, I'll put it on. Like, I'm like, I can be a Dallas gal if you want me to.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's in my soul.
Yeah.
I'm like and I'm not even a wannabe. I'm like a try hard.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, I'm like, oh, I have to be a Dallas girl today. Okay. I'll like slap myself a couple times and I'm like, get it together. Go put on your David Yurman.
Another big so yeah, my week was kind of boring. Like I didn't get to like read anything interesting or do anything. Like usually I come to this
read
podcast
about the Iranian conflict.
We did. Well, so let's tell the whole story.
Okay.
So Dani,
like, this is so interesting.
Dani is so close to becoming red pilled.
What does that mean again?
Like in the Matrix when he's like, Neo,
For some reason, when you say red pill, the only thing I can think about is like I'm becoming a communist.
No.
Because
Well,
aren't they like red?
no. Yeah, but like, no, this is from The Matrix.
Okay.
We should watch that movie. Y'all know I've been trying my best to get myself healthy and more importantly, keep myself healthy. This is where Beekeeper's Naturals come in. Defend your immune system, support whole body health, and fight oxidative stress with antioxidants. Beekeeper's Naturals' mission is to reinvent the medicine cabinet. We merge modern science with natural medicine to create clean, effective products that actually work. Their hero ingredient, propolis, is the medicine of the beehive and delivers antioxidants, vitamin C, iron, B vitamins, and uniquely beneficial compounds that support immune health. Propolis is the defender of the beehive, a powerful combination of plant and tree resin and enzymes made by bees. It's high in antioxidants like polyphenols and flavonoids, which help fight free radicals and oxidative stress. Studies have found propolis have antibacterial properties, anti-inflammatory effects, in addition to its ability to fight germs through its antimicrobial and antifungal properties. Plus, Beekeeper's Naturals has so many different products for you and the whole family. They have throat spray, throat soothing pops for the kiddos, vitamin C lipsomol, gut health, and so much more. Today, Beekeeper's Naturals is offering you an exclusive offer. Go to beekeepersnaturals.com/Dani or enter code Dani to get 20% off your order. That's beekeepersnaturals.com/Dani or enter code Dani. Beekeeper's Naturals products are also available at Target, Whole Foods, Amazon, CVS, and Walgreens. We're a family of 5 now, and it's more important than ever to make sure our kids are getting the vitamins they need to stay healthy. One of my favorite kids' brands is Hiya, the pediatrician-approved superpowered chewable vitamin. The founders are dads who were shocked to learn what ingredients were in most children's vitamins. They spent 3 years curating top pediatricians, nutritionists, scientists, and parents to formulate a superpowered chewable made with 15 essential vitamins and minerals while also including a blend of 12 fruits and veggies. The result is Hiya, a daily children's vitamin that's supercharged to help fill in the gaps and always with zero added sugar and zero gummy junk, so you can be confident your kids are getting the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. They now offer a daily multivitamin, a kid's daily probiotic, and a kid's bedtime essentials vitamin. My fellow parents know getting your kids to eat their greens can be the biggest struggle. This is why I love Hiya's Kids Daily Greens Plus Superfoods, a chocolate-flavored greens powder designed specifically for kids packed with 55 plus whole food ingredients to support brain power, development, and digestion. Just scoop, shake, and sip with milk or any non-dairy beverage for a delicious and nutritious boost your kids actually will enjoy. I'm also a sucker for good packaging, and Hiya's branding is super cute and fun for the kiddos. You get these cool bottles plus stickers with your first order, and then they send you eco-friendly refills every month. We've worked out a special deal with Hiya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hiyahealth.com/Dani Austin. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hiyahealth.com/Dani Austin and get your kids the full nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. So Morpheus,
The skin treatment?
no, Morpheus, the guy with the glasses in the Matrix.
Okay.
He offers Neo a red pill or a blue pill.
Okay.
And he basically says, you take the blue pill, you go back to sleep, you live in this kind of simulation. You will always have this thinking that something is not right. You take the red pill and your world will basically open. And he basically like leaves the Matrix, which is like a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he opens his eyes to the truth of what reality is.
Right.
So when people say you're becoming red pilled, it's like
you're becoming a conspiracy theorist.
Well, they branded us as that, the CIA, to be clear. But
the CIA deserves it. They're a little corrupt.
No. They branded us conspiracy theorists because they wanted us to be seen as fringe crazy people. But most people
propaganda.
Propaganda are becoming red pilled means like you're getting past the traditional propaganda mainstream media narratives and you're starting to see all the dots and how they
Here's
connect.
my thing with like all conspiracies, and not all of them, but a lot of them. It's like two things can be true at once.
Totally.
You know, so like, yes, we could have gone to war to stop communism, but there might have also been some financial gains of going to war, which I'm not saying is right or wrong. Like it's wrong,
Well,
obviously.
before the soapbox, let me explain what happened because you're about to get on it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. And I love when you get on it.
No, I'm not.
It's like a little newbie, little cutesy newbie, red pilled.
We're bad. Like money bad.
So
communism bad.
So so the like going to and from the lake is about an hour and a half.
Mhm.
And listen, I just pump my wife full of
Joe
conspiracy
Rogan.
theories,
Joe Rogan.
propaganda, red pill behavior. And at first she was like, oh my gosh, the telepathy tapes. I'm so angry about it. But now she's
I like
like,
to form an opinion, whether you like it or not.
yeah, for sure. And so now I turn on these podcasts and then I see her. She's chat GPTing over things over there.
Gary Webb?
And
Who is this journalist? What does he believe in?
And so the podcast we were listening to was
Ian Carroll.
Yeah, it was with Ian Carroll.
Very interesting man.
It was way more interesting than I thought because I actually thought he was a crazy fringe conspiracy theorist. He was very like well researched, like pretty.
I will say I lost a little respect for both of them when they started talking about the telepathy tapes and how these people were actually telepathic. I was like, Joe Rogan, like I have lost all credibility in you because he also had Kim Dickerson. What's her name?
Yeah, Kai Dickerson
on his podcast, and he was like, man, this lady's telling me about he's like, it's amazing. They have these telepathic abilities. I'm like, Joe, like stop. I can't. Now I don't trust Joe either.
Yeah, we'll give Dani. That was those were the deep tracks. You weren't ready for those.
Because they're just ridiculous.
So anyway, Dani is constantly, she's learning so much and she's like, whoa, like, should we have been in the Vietnam War? Whoa, like, should we have done this? What should we have done? So I feel like you're getting like a new history lesson and you love to learn.
I do love to learn. I just forget it all.
Love to learn. So Dani's like, hey, we should watch this movie that I researched called Kill the Messenger. And it's about
on the podcast, they were talking about this journalist named Gary Webb, who basically exposed the CIA for selling dope into Los Angeles to raise money to fund the Nicaraguan, I can never say that word, Nicaraguan rebels to fight like essentially these communists.
Yeah.
And so but they were going around, well, we don't know if Reagan actually knew or not, but they were going around, quote unquote, the president and going around. And because it was like, I guess it was illegal at that time to like fund the money. So they had to find the money.
So the history, not opinion, the history was Reagan was elected and the opposition in Congress to Reagan like branded himself as like being hard on communism, right? So he felt that the Soviet Union was getting a foothold in Nicaragua. And he said, we need to stop this and cut this off at the head. Congress, probably for political reasons, was like, we're not going to fund your little Contra war.
Yes.
The Contras were the rebels that were going to overthrow who Reagan perceived to be the communist dictator of Nicaragua. So then what happens is the CIA gets involved and they come
This is like a fact. This is not like conspiracy.
No, this is like history.
Yeah.
So they come up with a scheme to raise money to fund the war behind and going around Congress's back. And the way that they did it was they allowed for dope runners from South America to come into the US.
To like mainly Southern Los Angeles.
Yes, to Southern Los Angeles. And basically they dumped dope into Southern Los Angeles.
To make money.
They started cutting it down to create crack, which then became the crack epidemic, which predominantly affected the Black communities. And then it came out through Gary Webb that broke this story that all of this was CIA backed, to fund this war that destroyed this, basically lives and generations of families in California.
Which at the time when Gary Webb is trying to expose that the CIA is involved with this, like all these journalists, all the media just gaslight him beyond belief. He loses his job. He has absolutely no credibility. The CIA is just infiltrating like so much propaganda. But at the same time, the Black community is like, look, this is not how we were. Like they're ruining our communities. So like they were kind of like happy with Gary Webb, you know? So anyway, I was just like, this is appalling. I was just like, it's so annoying how we don't learn this side of history in like in our classes. Like you learn that America is this like, I mean, don't get me wrong, America's the greatest country ever, but like there's some pretty shady ish that goes down that we don't know about. And so the fact that this was like a fact that came out, I was like, what else do I need to question? Like I just feel like I can't believe anything anymore. Because here's the thing. Here's another thing. This is what really got me, y'all. So Gary Webb is the journalist that comes out with this. Like 10 years later, he dies by suicide by shooting himself twice in the head. Who kills himself by shooting him twice in the head? Have you ever heard of that? No. Somebody killed him. And then they ruled it as a suicide. It's just
so anyway,
because he knew some other stuff too, I bet.
Yeah. So Dani's red pilled now. That's a big update from this week.
Yeah. So then we got really into that, and then we watched a movie called Kill the Messenger. It basically covered
about
this
Gary
whole
Webb.
story. Because then, that's my favorite thing. It's like when I'm learning about a subject and then there's a movie about it. I mean, like, what a Friday night.
Sign me up.
That is a Friday night with some popcorn right there. So we did that, and that was great. And then we watched a really great movie called, I liked it, I don't know if you liked it, Warfare. Tell me about that one.
Well, you found it, so you tell them.
Okay, so that one was...
I just want to say this about this podcast. We have really good recommendations for books and podcasts, cups.
I mean, we're really like the best podcast.
We are truly providing so much value.
I truly feel bad for everybody that does listen to us.
Now, Warfare is a little graphic. It's pretty gory.
But it's based on a true story. And it's dedicated to this guy, Elliot, who actually the producer of the movie fought in the Iraqi war, in Iraq. Anyway, it's a group of Navy SEALs that are on this like just simple surveillance operation. The operation goes awry. And why were they sent to be in Iraq? Oh, this was the other controversy. Should we not go there? About the poppy fields?
Not today.
Okay. The
Later.
Poppy fields and
later.
What's the poppy is cocaine?
No, poppy is heroin. Opium.
Ian Carroll thinks it's the opium war. We won't go there either. It's not cool.
Yeah, not today.
Not today. Bad idea.
Ease them in.
Anyway, so it's about this like operation that just goes totally wrong. But it's crazy because this whole movie is filmed in kind of like real time. So the whole movie is exactly like what happens in those 90 minutes. And it's like the story is told through the memories of the guys that were there. And at the end of the movie, they show you exactly like the picture and then the actor that played them. And
like a lot of them were involved in the production, like remembering. I think they shot it like where it all happened, right? In Iraq?
No, it looked like it was in like Hollywood.
Oh, a set.
Like a set. Yeah.
Anyway, like it's a cool concept because it's basically like a war movie from memory from a platoon, or I don't know the term.
Yeah. I don't know. We love a war movie.
But I will say, I think the movie's called Warfare because they really wanted to capture like the true, real side, not the cinematic side of warfare. And so it's very real in terms of like the emotions, the gore, but it's good.
The gore, yeah, for sure.
Have you noticed that movies are getting shorter? Like movies on average now are about an hour and like 20 minutes, an hour and a half. And I think that they're doing that strategically because we don't have an attention span.
Yeah. And maybe like lower budgets too.
Sure. But like also like, I think if you're going to populate Netflix with thousands of movies, like, I don't know about you, but my attention span is so rewired now that I have trouble committing to a movie.
To be honest, I think that's the only type of movie that I can watch now is when it's like based off of a true story. That's the only thing that can get my interest like really, really going. Y'all know I've been super open about my breastfeeding journey and how personal it is for each and every mama. Not to mention, I recently weaned off of breastfeeding and it can be extremely emotional. And so just having a formula that you really trust and There's so many like studies coming out about all the horrible ingredients in formula, which is just, it's mind boggling. But feeding is hard enough for us mamas. So instead of just judging, let's support whatever journey is best for each individual. This is why I love Bobby formula. Whether you're exclusively formula feeding, combo feeding, or just needing a backup can in the pantry, Bobby has your back. Bobby's formulas are USDA organic, clean label certified, and modeled after breast milk, so they're easy on tiny tummies. Choose from Bobby's OG, much loved organic original infant formula, their grass-fed whole milk recipe, their gentle option for sensitive bellies, or their exciting new organic whole milk recipe, the world's first and only. I also love that Bobby is a proudly mom-founded and mom-led team that set a new standard for infant formula. Over 500,000 parents trust Bobby to nourish their babies, and they're just getting started. In fact, when I took all 3 of my kids in to the pediatrician, the pediatricians have always recommended Bobby. Looking for a formula and want to try Bobby? Bobby has an exclusive offer just for D-Influence listeners. First, visit www.hibobby.com to find the recipe that fits your journey. Then apply the promo code Dani to get an additional 10% off your first purchase. That's HIBOBBIE.com.
This episode of D-Influence is brought to you by Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies is the leading brand with an all-around blowout protection for sizes 1 and 2. All my parents out there know that there is nothing worse than a blowout. With 3 kids and a busy day-to-day life, we're no strangers to blowouts, and we need a diaper we can rely on. This is where Huggies comes in. They're a brand that you can trust to handle any baby blowout. You shouldn't have to live your life worrying about how you'll deal with the next inevitable blowout. Ease your blowout anxiety by switching to Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies Little Snugglers are up to 100% leak-proof with blowout protection in the front and back on sizes 1 and 2, so you can feel confident relying on them for your little ones. Plus, Huggies knows baby skin is super sensitive and prioritizes your baby's skin's health, aiming to keep them clean and safe. Huggies Little Snugglers now with blowout protection in every direction. Sizes 1 to 2. Huggies, we got you, baby. Yeah. And do you fall prey? What's so crazy, and this speaks to our attention span too. Are you ever on TikTok or like Twitter, and they like the people who have entire accounts devoted to just posting movie clips, but not like 30-second movie clips, like 5 minutes? Those things suck me in.
Oh, I've never done that.
And it's like, I almost am like, but I'll never go back and watch the whole movie after I like get sucked into this scene that's like populating on TikTok.
Oh.
It's really weird because it's like kind of fascinating to explain like our attention spans. Like we're willing to watch the middle part of a movie because it sucks us in on TikTok, but then like we won't go back to like watch the whole thing.
The long form.
And what's also crazy and so genius about these accounts that do this is they refuse to tell you what movie it is. And the reason they do that is because they want you to go into the comment section. There's this like weird subculture is like you post a movie clip and then you go into the comments and it's like everyone is united that they're not going to say what the name of the movie is. Does this ever happen to you? And it's all engagement bait because it's basically like creating engagement of like everyone trying to figure out what the movie is.
So I want everybody to open their Instagram right now and go to the Instagram. You don't have to. I'm just talking to the people.
Oh, well, can I have my phone?
No, and actually don't do this right now because then you'll stop listening to our podcast. There is an Instagram called The Film Zone, and y'all have to follow it. It is the best Instagram ever. It shows you the scene of the movie and then juxtapose, like right next to it, it will show you the behind the scenes of how they created the shot. It is fascinating to see like all the behind the scenes. It is the coolest. It's like I will spend hours on that Instagram account. I comment so much on them, they like followed me back.
You know what also gets Dani? What gets Dani going is
like a Wikipedia search.
No. The variety in the actor circles.
What do you mean?
Like when all of the like Robert De Niro, Adam Sandler are all at that round table and they're talking about the art of acting.
You know I love that.
Tell them where to find that because people will love that too.
Those clips just come up. No, I like to watch actors on actors.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think it is by variety. I can't remember, but it's like they put like two of the most random. It'll be like Nicole Kidman and Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like just the most random two actors. You never think you would see them together. It's like Queen Latifah and Matthew McConaughey. And those aren't real. I'm just making this up. But and you're just like, what are they going to talk about? And then they talk about the art of acting and they talk about these different, it is just actors,
Techniques.
the different techniques and how they prepared for movies and how it's so fascinating to see this is a true art. And I know that sometimes we look at these actors and we're like, ugh, these celebrities, you call them just celebrities, but it's they are really talented.
We should create the influencer by influencer circle. And you mommy bloggers just sit and you're like, yeah, how do you think about your day?
No, but that's what's so interesting is
or how do you think about the psychology of what you're putting out there?
A Markel Washington with a Danny Austin, you know, and then we sit down at a round table and I'm like, tell me about your demo. So this is actually a really good example. So I do want to get into the ACMs because I have it was so fun. It was probably one of my favorite nights ever. But I sat next to or behind a ton of really cool TikTokers. They're kind of
the cool kids.
The cool kids. I was like, why am I here type of thing. And I sat behind these two guys, super tall, they're probably 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
And these two dudes, and I'm trying to figure out out of the 7 or 8 people sitting in front of me, 80% of them are men. They're all male influencers on TikTok. And I'm like, this is so different because typically in the past, it's always been female influencers that get invited to events. So we're all talking about what do all these guys do? Well, so come to find out there's Markel Washington, who's literally the funniest. I love him, y'all. He's so funny. He has 10 million on TikTok and I recognized him before. There was another guy in front of me. I cannot remember his name right now. He's so sweet. He's an Olympic athlete. He competed in Tokyo and Paris. He's a diver and he was so sweet. He started diving when he was 5 years old and he's just amazing. He's also on TikTok. And then these two really tall dudes. And they're just look really cool. Other than Tiana Robilard's boyfriend. What's his name?
Adrian.
Adrian.
I'm so up in the drama.
Adrian was there with Tiana Robilard. Also, can we just take a moment for Tiana Robilard and just I just want to say.
No, I've called this for
that
years.
She is the girl that I would have died to be when I was younger. She is the coolest girl. In person, she just has a cool personality. She's so confident. She's cool. She's genuine. She's funny. She's
If I could bet, I've said this on the podcast. If I could bet on any influencer,
Tiana.
Tiana.
And her and Adrian are so cute.
I hope she has a good team behind her because you could really do a lot there.
Well, and a lot of people don't know this, but she was one of our day one employees at Divvy. Not employees, she created contractors. She created content for Divvy.
Yeah.
She did our TikTok. So I saw her last night and that was the first time I'd ever met her in real life. And she's so beautiful. She's so pretty online, but she's so pretty in real life. And I was like, Tiana, oh my gosh. And so we hug. I'm like, I cannot believe I've never met you. And I'm like, girl, Divvy, day one. She's like, yep, I used to be out there on the TikToks with all the Divvy's cough syrup. I was like, I know we missed you. I was like, can we hire you back?
Can't afford her now.
Yeah. But anyway, so then I see these two tall guys and I'm like, what? They must be professional athletes. Come to find out, this is just how crazy the internet influencer space is. They have a huge podcast that their clips get millions and millions of views. It's called the You Should Know This podcast. Have y'all heard of it? You Should Know This. And they're in Dallas. They're based in Frisco. And they're two, I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm telling the story wrong, but they're two college dropouts. I'm pretty sure that they went to school to play basketball at this really small university or small college, dropped out and started a podcast. And they basically talk about, I asked them, I was like, what is y'all's podcast about? They're 26 years old. And they're literally nothing. We just talk about stupid stuff. They're not teaching people. They just talk about the most random stuff. And it pops
so
off.
They do it for the clips probably.
It's more for the clips, but their downloads are insane too. I think they have 3 million followers on TikTok. And they have this podcast and this is what they do full time now. And I was like, who is y'all's demo? What? And they're like, Dani, we'll have a 14-year-old boy come up to us and then we'll have a 40-year-old dad come up to us.
It's so wide.
It's so wide and it's so wild. But this is just what I'm saying. People like that. And I was like, dude, they live in Dallas. Now I bring them on the podcast like no offense to them, but like no one's gonna know who they are that follows
For
me.
sure, yeah.
But that's what's so interesting about the space is like they're so big in their like internet circles. And then like, you know, we understand the mommy community because we have mommies over here, but it's so fascinating. So I really like your idea and we could cross promote and all go together. Oh, so sweet.
So sweet. So I think that like I was at dinner last night and it's fascinating. It's similar to actors. Like we would never know how much goes into like preparing for a role or just acting. Like we just see it as like, oh, actors, like I could do that. I could show up and do that.
These
and I think,
pretty.
and I think a lot of people feel that way about creators, but I think that if people understood the psychology of most creators, I think they would be fascinated. I also think it would help because I think that it would help a lot of people understand that at the end of the day, yes, it's a pseudo depiction of reality, but it also is entertainment. And the reason I say I think it would be important is I was at this dinner and these two guys were talking about just like social media and the way it's created comparison in their lives and the way that it's like, well, I'll scroll through social media and I'll be like, oh, like I'll watch these creators and I'm like, man, I should be doing that or I should be doing this. Have you heard about this this creator Hub's Life? He's in Dallas.
I thought I saw him last night and I was freaking out. I love him. I follow all of his stuff and he lives in Dallas too. That's what I'm saying.
So what I really appreciate about him is it's so funny.
He just quit his job. And I'm like, no, like you need to get back and do your job. That's your thing.
I know. I was saying the same thing, but like, you know, if the creator space is creating a lot of like envy and like grass is greener effect, you know, in a variety of different ways. What was cool about his brand was he was basically normalizing the 9-to-5, which is the 95% majority. Not everyone's entrepreneurs, not everyone's creators. And so what I thought was doing really, really well and why he grew so fast was he was helping people feel secure in this being an okay way to live life too, right? Whereas like creators are just like on planes and they're doing this and they're doing that.
We need to have him on the podcast.
We should have him because I want to know what he's struggling with because what I think is happening is now he's getting all these opportunities and he knows his base is like appealing to these people who probably just appreciated like life looking somewhat routine.
Well, it's like
super normal.
It's all of the like influencers that we know that like pretended to have other jobs while they were like mommy blogging.
Oh, for sure.
Like we know so many, like, and I don't think they're doing this anymore, but when we first, like, this was like 5 years ago, they're like, they pretend that they're still like,
or their spouses were still firefighters or police officers.
And they were not. Like,
they were totally not. They were like at best working like one day a week, but most of them like weren't working at all. But to protect the relatability of it, and to make sure that the audience wasn't convinced that these people changed, it was like, hey, let's protect the reputation of this.
No, it
so anyway, I think that talking through this stuff, now that it's like out there that influencers make money and it's an art form and all this stuff, like I think it would be fascinating to pair a mommy blogger of how they create content and how their audience thinks and what they'll get hate about if they do versus like
we could probably learn a lot from each other.
Yeah. That's what to be clear, isn't that what this podcast is supposed to be about?
Who knows?
No. I mean, we should just do that more, but we should definitely
People
add
thought I was going to
life.
get on here and de-influence beauty products. That's why I got canceled for naming it de-influence.
No, you didn't get canceled for naming it de-influence.
I was
the haters were mad that we filed the trademark first. And I'm sorry, guys. Like, you would have gotten pissed if we filed it or not. So like, sorry, we did the right thing.
Oh gosh. So should we talk more about the ACMs? Do you want to ask me some questions about it? Y'all know I love luxury items, but want to know what I love even more? Luxury items when there's a deal involved. This is why I love Quince. Their pieces are easy, elevated, and somehow make me feel more put together without even trying. This is so random, y'all, but they also have the best socks. Like the best no-show socks. I'm obsessed with them. They have amazing pieces like 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30, luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. I also love their sweaters. The best part, everything with Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. Plus, Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing. It makes it so easy to get new pieces that are great quality for a fabulous price. I've gotten so many lightweight shirts and shorts from Quince that I'm absolutely obsessed with them. Treat your closet to a little summer glow up with Quince. Go to quince.com/Danny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Danny to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Danny. Speaking of summertime, we're about to be living on the water, whether it's playing with the kids in the pool, at home, or spending time with our friends at the lake. This means we will be needing the best swimwear for the kiddos. This is where Minnow comes in. Oh, y'all, Minnow, it is the cutest swimsuits. I literally just put an order in with them. Our podcast producer doesn't even know this. I put in an order with them because they do the best quality, but they have these like family prints, like where you can match with your little ones. You can match with like your toddlers, and then the dad can have like the same print too. So you get like these family matching swimsuits, but they're not like tacky. Like they're the cutest prints. I actually found them from like another influencer. Minnow is a family lifestyle brand that embraces clean lines and simple details. If you value quality, comfort, and style, then Minnow is for you. Just look at their website. Seriously. Every suit is thoughtfully designed with comfort, performance, and protection in mind. All suits use UPF 50 plus protection, blocking 98% of UVA and UVB rays. The suits are easy to put on and easy to take off with just the right amount of stretch. My fellow parents know how important it is to have easy to change clothes for your kiddos. Premium fabric keeps sand out of the lining. This is a game changer for us because our kids do not like sand, especially when it gets in their swimsuit. Oh my gosh, it's like a chaos. Their fabrics are so buttery soft, and my kids seriously love them. I cannot recommend Minnow enough for your kids' go-to summer swimmies and for your husband and for yourself. Go to shopminnow.com and enter code SHOPMINNOW15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order. That's Shop Minnow, and Minnow is MINNOW.com. Code SHOPMINNOW15 for 15% off. Just trust me, guys. They're truly adorable.
Oh no, I did learn something so interesting this week, and I wanted to tell you.
Oh, okay. I love when you teach me new things.
Okay. So I
Unless
learned
it's about
this.
telepathy.
I learned this last night. Okay. So I have a friend whose family is in the oil business.
Okay, that is so Dallas. Like,
So-
sorry, just saying. Like the fact that
Okay.
you even just said that.
But listen.
I'm like,
So
my friend's parents grew weed in their backyard.
it's a
Sorry.
third generation.
It's true.
It's a third generation oil family. And so oil is kind of like, if you're in it or if you've been in it, like you're in it, but it's like hard to kind of grow these days because it's more expensive,
And because
cost
there's
of
not a
oil.
lot of it.
Yeah. And there's so like all the big companies, it's really hard to be like an independent oil family
Thank
these
you for
days.
the oil lesson. I had no idea.
So anyway,
Permian Basin?
yeah, it's all in the Permian. That's what I learned.
Okay.
To be clear, I didn't know much. I had a lot of
Big Rich?
questions. The Big Rich. Oh, I did read that book.
Yeah. Anyway.
We'll talk about that in a different podcast. So
Book
anyway,
recommendation.
this family is trying to diversify away from oil into.
What, do they want to be influencers?
No, but I think he generally has an interest in it. But they are trying to diversify into like new sectors, new energy sectors. Okay. And what they are banking on is the next big thing being AI data centers.
We talked about this.
No, but it gets more interesting.
I mean, we just met a guy that builds
I know.
AI data centers.
So what I didn't know is that the biggest challenge to building AI data centers is not finding the land. It is
let me guess.
the
Power.
power,
Oh, because it's a lot of plugs.
the
Because you
energy.
need a lot of those big things that carry all the data, and then you get these big data centers.
So it used to be that you needed to be close to what is called a carrier hotel. Do you know what a carrier hotel is?
Yeah, it's where the Wi-Fi comes out of.
Yeah. How did you know that?
Because the gamers use it up in Frisco.
Wait.
That's why all the gamers move to North Dallas, because they're closer. They get faster Wi-Fi.
You just stole my thunder. How
Oh.
did you know that?
Babe, I literally took this class in college. MIS, Management of Information Systems.
So you know what a carrier hotel is?
But I learned all about data centers. I learned about how they store all and I got to go look inside of one. It's just all the plugs everywhere. It's amazing.
So basically,
it almost looks like you're in
downtown
Matrix.
Dallas. So yeah, you stole my thunder, but it's fine. So in downtown Dallas, the Carrier Hotel is a big, tall glass building right next to American Airlines Center. And I had always heard that the most like pro gamers that play like Call of Duty and are Twitch streamers all feel like they need to be in downtown Dallas. So if you go to downtown Dallas, all of your favorite Call of Duty players or Twitch streamers, they all have penthouses
high rises
in Dallas. And I could never figure out why. And they were like, yeah, the signal's the best. And the reason the signal is the best is because the Carrier Hotel, which was when they basically laid the internet cabling and then fiber optics followed it, it all routed back to the Carrier Hotel, which is that big glass building. So the closer they get to the Carrier Hotel, the better latency that they have. So
what does latency mean?
I actually don't know.
You sounded smart.
Yes. So latency is basically like when the signal's sent, like how long it takes to like actually, and when you're gaming,
Babe,
you measure that in milliseconds.
I'm going to use the word latency in a sentence this week.
So listen, for these AI data centers that were like modeling these like large language models, you used to have to be really close to the Carrier Hotel so that you could have, I guess, high latency.
But now
they've kind of figured out a way around it. I don't know how. And so now the biggest issue is
with what we got at the lake house.
Starlink. I don't think that's how
coming from the sky.
But so listen. So now the biggest issue is we can't put in any more
fibers.
No, AI data centers in DFW because it'll kill our power grid. So power is now the biggest issue.
We have a huge gaming problem.
No, the issue is there's this huge opportunity to supply power to like more remote data centers wherever.
So are we going to do it?
Well, no.
Are we going to save the power?
No. I just thought it was so interesting about the Carrier Hotel, but you stole my thunder. I'm so proud of you, though. You say you don't remember things, but you remember that from an MIS class 10 years ago.
My brain goes off and on. It's just like I have these days where I remember things, and then I have these weeks where I don't. I should probably get like a scan or something. I'm serious. It's not good.
CAT scan?
No, really.
No, for sure.
I've been thinking about that. I need to do one of those scans where they just scan your whole body.
You need to go
Something's off.
You need to go to one of those they like
where Kim Kardashian gets it, and it's like all the sponsored posts where they're like, get us,
No. Like they're called like executive physicals or something, and they send you away for 3 days and they do all these tests on you.
There's
it's like a resort.
What's that? There's a Cooper Clinic in Dallas. You heard the Cooper Clinic?
Yep.
I should do that once a year where they just, Anyway. Also, now do you want to ask me any questions about the ACMs?
Yeah, so Dani went to the ACMs. She did not take me. She took her friends.
Would you have wanted to go?
No, I was kind of glad that you went with your friends, to be honest.
I truly didn't even think you would want to go.
No, I'm not offended at all. I'm really excited that you had a night out with your girls.
Yeah, I just feel like girl time is so important, and like an awards show on the red carpet just felt so girl time.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like honestly, you come back from girl time so rejuvenated that I was like, no, this is good.
No, it was so good. And like Sarah Rose, like she deserves a night out. Same with my friend Shauna. So it was.
So was it worth it? Was it good? Tell me about it.
It was one of my favorite nights ever.
Really?
The ACMs,
that high of a bar.
The ACMs this year's ACMs might be one of my favorite things I've ever done as like a creator that I've ever been invited to.
You mean that?
Yeah. I mean it because it's so fabulous. It's so glamorous. It's amazing because you have like all these people coming together, but everyone's so humble. Like Hollywood, they're so stupid. Like everybody in Hollywood, like, you saw Doechii at the Met, complaining about the umbrellas, like yelling at people because she didn't want people to see her. If y'all haven't seen this clip of Doechii, who, I adore, like, and she can totally like, she's just having her diva moment, and it's okay. We've all had those moments. But she's like, so like yelling at everybody because she doesn't want them to see her look before she hits the red carpet. So she's like being mean to all of her team. Like, nobody better effing see my outfit. Give me an umbrella. Give me an umbrella here. Give me an umbrella here. Cover me now. And it's like, literally like, who cares? Like, it's really not that big of a deal. We're not saving lives.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, doctors aren't even yelling like that. Like, you can calm down. And honestly, like, her look she wasn't even wearing heels. She was wearing sneakers, like, or
Right.
loafers. Like, so it's just Hollywood. They create all these like false.
It's a very self-important community.
No, but it's like so stupid. Like, I actually even said this last night on the red carpet. I was like, you have to think God is like looking down, just kind of like giggling, like, oh, you guys are just so there. You're just taking pictures of yourself, like, and it's like we all walk in and we're all people, and God loves us all the exact same amount. But somebody walks in and we all freak out and we start screaming for them like they're a god, and like we're like, oh my gosh, it's so and so and so, and God is probably just laughing at us like, oh my gosh, like, I love you just the same. You're just as amazing as that person, And it's like, you don't need to be freaking out for them. Like, they're just like a human, just like you are.
I think that's why I didn't want to go, is like, I don't feel like I care about celebrity the same way I used to.
Like, and I agree. Like, I don't either, but it's like so fun. Like, I still think it's so great to come together and celebrate people's accomplishments. Like, one of the coolest things was I got to see, I didn't meet her, but she won. Her name is Jessie Jo Dillon, and she's not. Nobody knows who. Like, and I hope if she listens to this, like, I hope she's like not offended, but like, she wasn't like, Reba McEntire or Ella Langley or Miranda Lambert. Like, wasn't one of these major celebrities walking in on the red carpet. Like, people weren't, unless you were really in the industry. Like, people didn't know who she was. She was beautiful. Her outfit was my favorite, actually, out of everyone's. But come to find out, she won Songwriter of the Year. She writes all the songs that all of the country artists sing. And nobody knew who she was. She's the one who's actually writing them, creating them. And it was like so cool to see these people and to like celebrate their accomplishments and to like, I love stuff like that. But you just have to remember, like, that's why I don't like Hollywood, because there's like a level where there's this line that you can cross where you start to worship these things and you actually think they're like your identity. Like, if you can come together and like have fun and celebrate each other, like, yes. But when you really think that like you're going to save the world by your outfit on the red carpet, it's like literally like, no, like you've gone a little too far, So anyway, but that's why I love the ACMs, because I would say 95% of the people there, they're just salt of the earth people. Super fit. Met Riley Green, who is like kind of like a certified heartthrob. Like, all the girls would just die for Riley Green. Like,
right. It's a guy.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's single. I mean, Ellie is like, that's my one hall pass. Like, the girls, my friend Shauna was single. Like, the girls are just, they go wild for Riley Green. And like, they're so nervous to go get a picture with him. I'm like, I'm a mom of 3. Like, I'll just go ask him. Like, we go up to him. I'm like, hey, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, what are y'all's names? And he introduces himself. He's like, what do y'all do? And Sarah Rose was like, we're content creators. He goes, oh man, that's something I want to learn more about. He goes, the only time I ever post on my Instagram is if I kill a deer. Have y'all ever done that? And we're like, no, we haven't ever done that. And I'm like, well, can we get our picture now? And he goes, yes, ma'am. And calls us, yes, ma'am. We get our picture. He goes, you'll have a good night now. And I was just like, in Hollywood, this guy would be puffed out of his chest, acting like nobody. He would just walk around with the rest of us. And like, he's probably like the number one heartthrob there that all the girls are fangirling over, And that's just what I like about country music, is they just stay more grounded.
Yeah.
Not only that, Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban. Okay, they're so all the celebrities, we are sitting in this like front row section on the floor. And then the influencer section, which is kind of like the new press, is right behind them. And so we're really close to all the celebrities. And if they walk in or out, if they go to the bathroom, whatever, they walk right next to us. And we're also seated on the outside. So like, I mean, literally next to us. Keith Urban, Nicole Kidman. I mean, Nicole Kidman is an A-list celebrity. She's walking down, Keith Urban, and we're all like, oh my gosh. And she's like stopping and like giving people hugs and like, she's walking down, like hugging everyone. She's just so delightful to be around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, same with Chris Stapleton, super sweet. So there was one point where I had to get up and had to go use the potty, and they wouldn't let me into this one potty because all the celebrities were in this one potty. So they had to take me to another potty. So I went to this potty, and as I'm in the potty, I come out of the potty, and Lainey Wilson walks right next to me and goes into the stall right next to me, and I go, my jaw just, I follow her, and then it's so cool, like. When you're like that level famous, you have like this personal security guard that walks with you. And it's not for like protection, but it's more for like efficiency. So I go like this, like my jaw dropped, and I look at Sean and I go, Wilson's in the stall. I go, Lady Wilson just walked in there. And the security looks at me and she goes,
Oh, for real?
like, do not say anything to her. Like, leave her alone. And I was like, I wasn't going to. I just tell my friend that she's. I was like, I'm cool. And then Hannah G.
Was that just her security guard?
Yeah, it was just her person. And she goes in the stall and the security guard literally is propped outside the stall. And I truly don't think it's like for security. I think it's just because she was performing. Like she performed multiple times and she needs to like get in, get out. And so it was more for like she used the potty. She didn't even wash her hands. She was out of there. Sorry, Lainey, I just called you out. She didn't wash her hands.
That's a fun fact though.
She didn't wash her hands. But she couldn't stop and wash her hands because all the girls would have been like, oh my God, can we get a picture? So it's like, I'm sure she had some hand sanitizer in there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Poopery.
But yeah, so she's definitely pee-peed next to me. So that was quite a moment. Let's see. Okay, another funny story. Have you heard that song? Girls just wanna have fun. Someone. That song?
Yeah.
So I didn't know this, but a guy named Russell Dickerson sings that. And so this was before I got to like the celebrity potty. I was going to the porta potty potties because I didn't know if I could go to the celebrity party because they kicked me out of there. So I was going to the porta potties. Well, the line was too long. So I turn around and I hear this girl in this red dress and she's like, Dani. I'm like, hello, what's up? And she's like, hey, I'm Kaylee Dickerson. This is my husband, Russell Dickerson. We were really good friends with Landon in college.
Really?
We went to Belmont together and we all used to hang out together. And I was like, really? That's so funny. She goes, has Landon ever talked about us? I was like, yeah. And then I texted Landon. I was like, Landon, do you know these people? And at the time I didn't know that he was who he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know these people? And he goes, yeah, haha. It's so funny that he's a country artist now. He used to be really emo in college. And I was like, country artist? What? And then Shauna goes, Dani, do you know who that is? That's Russell Dickerson. And I was like, I'm sorry. The one thing about country artists that are, it's like everybody's like Chris Howard, Michael Henderson, like Russell Dickerson. Like you guys all sound the same.
Sam Hunt.
Riley Green. Like it's so country. And it's like in Hollywood, everybody goes by these fake names like Lady Gaga. And it's a little bit easier to remember when your name is just Rihanna. Like
for sure.
But anyway, so they were super sweet, so down to earth. And it was so funny because he said hi and then like they go back and I like look up on the screen and he's like on stage, like on the screen. I was
that's so funny.
But that's how down to earth and like cool these people are. Like just walking around like normal, like normies, you know?
Who did you fangirl over the most?
I didn't really fangirl over anyone because everybody's so nice.
I know, but like who was
Nicole Kidman? Like,
yeah, probably that would make sense.
Oh, Backstreet Boys for sure.
Were they close to you though, or just on stage?
No, but like I almost, Backstreet Boys is the only concert I've ever cried at.
Yeah.
And I've seen them like 4 times. Mm-hmm. And so like I was going to leave early, but then I heard that they were doing the finale with Rascal Flatts. And I was like, I won't be missing that. So I stayed. And then I did shed one single tear left eye when they started doing a dance at the same time, because there's nothing like watching 40-year-old dads doing hip hop on stage. It is just with the confetti falling down. There's nothing that gets me going more. Yeah. Like it was just a beautiful thing. And I'm like, these men still got it.
Who had the best performance?
Oh, I would have freaked out over Kelsey Ballerini. I love her. And Ella Langley. She's so cute. She dated Riley Green for a little bit. Oh, let me tell you who won all the awards.
No, I know, but like you were there. Who had the best performance?
It was really hard to see because they had all these different stages. And so
it's also interesting that they treat you guys as press now. That's so smart.
Yeah, because like
what's the press gonna do?
Who's reading Cosmo?
Yeah, for sure.
The press, even a lot of the people running press, like, okay, so when we got there, we first did the red carpet, which, red carpets this was the biggest red carpet I've ever done. Like, and the red carpet, it was so crazy because they had like all of the probably like C-listers.
Yeah.
And I would consider myself like an L-lister, like I'm down in the alphabet.
Stop it.
No, it's okay. I'm not like, it's okay. secure in who I am. I'm a great mother and a great wife. It's okay. And a great podcaster. And so, they invite all of us. And so when we're in there, it's more like influencers. It's like not, we're not getting the Backstreet Boys walking in or anything. And it's because all the Backstreet Boys / the Blake Sheltons, like Leanne Rimes, they all get to the red carpet like 20 minutes before the show starts because they just want to get in and out. So I didn't see any like huge celebrities, but it was really special. Like when we walked in, they have all these cameras set up and each one says like what publication they're a part of.
Yeah.
And there was, do you want to know like my humbling moment?
Yeah.
Because we all have them. But so I walk in and there's also like a bunch of like, I'm just going to say fans because it's kind of like in a typical like red carpet scene. All the fans are behind the red rope. So you walk in and it was really sweet because there were some of the people in the stands who were like, oh my gosh, Dani. And I was like, oh, this feels so like home. Like I got to meet some of them. And then I get on the red carpet and there's like 4 different stops that you have to stop at. And I'm like taking pictures. It's like USA Today and like Us Weekly. And I'm like, oh, I'm posing. I'm like, oh yeah, I look so good. I'm hot. I'm working the red carpet. I'm like, can you see my bra? Can you see my boobs? Like, so then I get to the 4th one. Nobody takes a picture and I'm posing.
Oh no.
I know. And I was like, can't you just pretend?
Wait, why weren't they taking pictures?
They just didn't want one of me.
Oh, that's hard.
But the first 3 were great, and I was like, oh, I'm like, oh.
That reminds me of the All-Star game when
that was cringy.
I was way up in the stands and I was watching Dani and she was so clearly trying to like warm up with a teammate and nobody wanted to throw the ball. No one wanted to throw the ball with you. I was mad up there for you.
No, you know what? But
that was humbling.
God keeps you humble.
Yeah,
He really does. And I appreciate that. I go home and I cry and I cry. No. And so I had that moment on the red carpet. I was like, and then like nobody was taking a picture, but I just pretended because I was like, I'm not gonna like embarrass myself even more. So I was like, okay.
Oh man, that's so hard.
I know, but you know what, babe? It's all just silly.
Yeah, it's silly.
It's silly. It's silly. And I was like, you know what?
But you got a couple Getty images.
Yeah, I got a couple of those Gettys. And then, we walk around and it's like one of those things where it's like they stop and they want to interview you on the red carpet, but it's like, do they want to interview you? So they come in. It's so awkward. Red carpets are so awkward.
So did they want to interview you?
There were a couple, but like, did they?
Or did they
feel bad for me? I don't know. It's so confusing.
Well, what were the nature of their questions?
They're like, who are you? What are you doing? No, I'm kidding.
Did they?
No. No, I would say there's probably 25 like publications that you could get interviewed for, and I did 4 of them. So
yeah,
there you go. Boot Barn wanted to interview me, so I was like, I've made it in life. And I did do I think I did Us Weekly, USA Today.
Were there any influencers that everyone was like flocking to?
Not really. Wait, let me think. No.
Yeah.
But here, what was cool is
like the influencer class was kind of all equal.
We're all kind of nobodies.
Yeah, but well, you probably have like the traditional. You have the country music artists, and then you got the press that wants to interview the country music artist,
and then you have all these influencers coming in, and the press is like, "Can you please get out of the way?"
Yeah, no, for sure. And because the press is like, y'all stole our seats, so like y'all are kind of just like it's just.
But here's what happened. It would be like the lady from USA Today was also a mom, so she followed me.
Yeah, no,
and she followed the mommy bloggers,
sure.
But like then you would get. That's the thing. It was like more like appealing to the interviewer than the actual publication.
Yeah,
because the publication doesn't need influencer interviews.
For sure,
they need the celebrities. So it's like I only got an interview if they just happened to follow me.
Yeah.
And so it happened like that, and then but there was a girl, Rachel's. I don't know if it's Scoggins or Scogins, but she Rachel. We've done like PR events with her, and she was so sweet. And she got like,
she blonde?
She helped me do like, kind of like a brownish blonde. She helped me get like a couple of interviews, which was really nice. And honestly, it was good for my vlog,
Yeah, no,
it's
for
like,
sure.
I'm not, whatever. So I saw Josh Abbott back there. That was cool. I saw Ella Langley back there. That was cool.
Was who's my guy these days? Kenny Chesney, was he there?
No, I didn't see him.
Tim McGraw?
No.
George Strait?
Mm-mm. Alan Jackson was there.
The OG's pieced out.
No, Alan Jackson.
Wait, is Alan Jackson my guy?
I think you love Alan Jackson.
Oh,
He performed.
he's my new guy. You're
he
right.
He performed, and it was so sweet.
Did he do Drive?
Ah,
That's my new
you love that
favorite song.
Babe, I almost cried when he performed. He was just...
Wait, what did he perform?
I don't remember, but it was
like... Was it Chattanooga?
I don't remember. I did get a video of it. Here, let me pull it up.
That's another... Dude, Chattanooga's a banger too. It's like, where was I at
Reba
my whole life?
McEntire.
No.
Dan and Shay performed.
Listen, I don't know why it's ranked 8. Drive
Jelly Roll
is his best song. Wait, what did he perform, Dani? Alan Jackson, my guy.
Oh, Shabuzi performed, which I couldn't believe he didn't win Song of the Year for that Tipsy song. I feel like that was like the song of the year.
That bar Tipsy song is
like
great.
it's Lionel
great.
Richie was there. I was like, Nicole?
It's random.
Yeah, Lionel Richie.
No, you want Sophia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nicole, that was so 90s of me. Paris and Nicole.
Nicole is also his daughter, right?
Yeah.
So
Miranda
Sophia,
Lambert.
Sophia and Nicole are sisters?
Uh-huh. Riley Green did a little presentation. Let me find, did I not film Alan Jackson? That would have just been...
I don't even know who this Riley Green guy is, to be honest.
I think people like him more for, well, he won Song of the Year or Single of the Year with Ella Langley. Excuse me, you look like you love me.
Is that Alan Jackson?
That song.
Dude, yeah, that's an emotional song too.
Oh, we were swaying. Come on, Sarah.
So cute.
Remember when that song? Remember?
Oh
when?
man.
Okay.
Is that him?
Yeah.
He's older, man.
Paper sack full of songs and a crazy dream.
I came to Nashville with a crazy sack of songs and
later, I'm standing here receiving such honor like this. It's just...
he gets on stage, he goes, about 2 years ago, I met a girl who named her dog after me, and I thought that was an honor. But now I'm standing here tonight, and I think this trumps it. I was like,
dang, that's so good.
Yeah, so that was great. Let me tell you about some of the people that won.
Look, Shauna's got her red carpet photos.
Oh, good. That girl. We need to set her up. I tried to set... Okay. Did I tell you I was like an amazing wing woman last night? I went up to a man and asked if he was single for her.
For her.
No, literally, I walk up to him, I go, he was the one that when we couldn't get into the celebrity bathroom, he worked for the ACMs and he helped us get into a different celebrity bathroom where I ran into Lainey Wilson. But he was really tall and really cute. And I was like, I just want Shauna to meet like a good man, honestly, for selfish reasons, because we're going to be hanging out with him too.
Yeah, true.
So I was like, he leads us to the bathroom. I go, oh, we love you so much. Thank you so much. Are you single? And he goes, no, ma'am, I'm taking, because they're all just, no, ma'am, I'm taking. And I go, oh, no, not for me, for her. He's like, no, ma'am, I'm still taking. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then Shauna was like, Dani, I know that took a lot of balls. Like, thank you for doing that. I know, I'm trying.
Good friend. Such a good friend.
So this was interesting. Okay, so let's see. Entertainer of the Year. Who do you think won? Yeah, I'll just tell you.
Well, hold on.
It's kind of like the big one.
Shabuzi?
No.
Oh.
Lainey Wilson. And I think she won that last year too.
I don't really know any Lainey Wilson songs.
You know Watermelon Moonshine?
No.
Watermelon Moonshine?
No, I need to like
you know this song.
I'm very listen, I just discovered Kenny Chesney.
Sorry. Sorry.
Like I'm very new to this country scene. And I feel like I'm starting with like the OGs and then working my way up. Oh, I know this song.
Oh, it's so good. Makes you feel something.
It's so cool to have a talent like that.
It gives me the chills.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. And like, you're there and you're seeing all these amazing, and that's another thing about Hollywood. Nobody can sing. Sorry, not nobody, but like a lot of people can't sing. They get up on and they have these like really flashy performances. You get Leanne Rimes, you get Reba McEntire, you get Miranda Lambert. They're all up there doing these
Dolly
collaborations. There? Dolly wasn't there, and they're talented, and they're singing about like good things.
Totally.
And I just love
it's just
it.
America.
It's just America. That was one of my questions was like, I was like, hit the red carpet and like, I'm like expecting them to be like, what are you wearing tonight? Or who are you excited to see? And they're like, what do you most like about being an American? I was like, oh shit. Like,
You were like, let me tell you about the Iran-Contra issue.
I'm not going to lie.
Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The CIA has been up to some weird ace shit. And I'm fed up with it.
No, it crossed my mind. But no, I had a legit answer. So thank goodness I could act quick on my feet.
What did you say?
I said I love living in a place where everybody loves to be an American, and not only that, but like we're so proud to be not just Americans but Texans.
That's true.
I was like, we
That's
go to Europe,
answer.
we're not from America, we're from Texas.
That's so good branding.
And so anyway, that was interesting. Okay, so female artist of the year was Lainey Wilson as well. Male artist of the year, Chris Stapleton. He's also a 5. He gets up there and ooh, just feel it in your toes. Oh, so good. New female artist of the year was Ella Langley. She's having a huge moment. You know the song that she sings? That song that, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
You look like you love me.
It's like basically any song that blows up on TikTok. It feels like.
Yeah. And then new artist of the year was Zach Top. Album of the year was Whirlwind by Lainey Wilson. I don't know what single of the year and song verse of the year. I don't know what the differences are.
Yeah.
Single of the year was You Look Like You Love Me by Ella Langley and Riley Green. Apparently they were dating, which is like country.
Whoa.
But they're not anymore. Song of the year was Dirt Cheap by Cody Johnson. He's also having like a huge moment. The only thing I just don't understand is how Shabuzi didn't win Song of the Year with Tipsy. Like I just feel like that was the song of the year.
For sure.
And Morgan Wallen didn't win anything. And I'm convinced it's because he just doesn't go.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because he would have to win something.
Yeah. I think he won something last year.
Did Post Malone win anything?
Or 2 years ago. Post Malone was like nominated for some stuff.
Wait, did Beyonce win anything for her country album?
Yeah, can you imagine? No, she wasn't nominated for anything.
Oh.
I wondered like if country artists like accept her. Like we're like, we love that you are.
No, I feel like that's like a whole thing that they don't. But I think Morgan Wallen and Beyonce didn't win something because they weren't there. For sure. Is this a big deal? Is this bigger than the CMT awards?
No, I wouldn't think so.
This is lower level.
This is the 6th year. It's been around for 6 years.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Wait. Was it 6 years or 6 decades?
No, it'd have to be 6 years.
No, I think it was the 60th.
So it was started in the...
Wait, guys, can somebody look that up? Wait, I think it was the 60th year. It was 6 decades of the ACMs. Yeah, look, I took a picture. 60.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
so it was 6 decades of the
Dang.
ACMs. Yeah, so
Shit.
I don't know. What I would say the CMTs, like, I feel like Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, they all would show up to the CMTs. Right? Am I wrong?
Or the Grammys, maybe?
Oh, the Grammys. The Grams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Grammys are like with Hollywood. And we just like, I don't trust those people.
I know.
Like, I just don't. Something's off with them.
Well, I'm so glad that you had fun.
Yeah, not done.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you keep sharing.
Oh, you gotta pee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the show opened with
it's real, it's relatable, it's our style.
he got pee. The show opened up with, I will say the first 12 minutes of the show, it was really special. There was this medley of all of these artists, of songs of the year from the 6 decades the show has been in existence. It had Reba McEntire, Clint Black, Dan and Shay, Leanne Rimes, Sugarland, Winona Judd. There was also a huge performance by Reba McEntire, Lainey Wilson, and Miranda Lambert. They debuted this new single called Trailblazer. It was okay. The song was okay. The performance was amazing. Other people that performed were Alan Jackson, Blake Shelton, Brooks and Dunn, Ella Langley, Eric Church, Jelly Roll, who Jelly Roll was like literally preaching the gospel like the entire time. And then at the end he stopped and like still was preaching the gospel and they cut him off. I was like, oh, well, we wanted to hear what he wanted to say. Kelsey Ballerini, she's amazing. Chase Stokes was there too, which was like so fun. Rascal Flatts, Shabuzi, Zach Top, and then not to be like offensive, but my highlight of the night was the Backstreet Boys. Because I know they're not country, so I don't want to be offensive. And everybody was like, why are they here? And I was like, why are you not accepting the Backstreet Boys here? Like, just let it happen. Stop questioning. Don't ask questions. Just let it go. But they did a collab with Rascal Flatts, which was like,
that's cool.
It was so cool. It was just one heck of a night. And then we went to the after party because, you know, when you're so stimulated like that from all the music and all the celebrities walking around, you just can't just calm down. You can't just go home, you know? So we snuck our way into the after party.
Was there anyone famous there?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like there was like probably an after party for the real after party, but this was like the after party they like sold tickets for.
Yeah.
If you ever have to buy tickets to an after party, it's not the real after party. Let me just tell you.
That is the truth.
It's just not.
Life hack.
Life hack. They're not. Nobody's going to be there. Apparently there was an after party for the after party, but I got home at 1:30. So I don't know. I don't know what that was like. I can't tell you. But let me see. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else happened. Oh, I did see on the red carpet, you know who interviewed me? Actually, she didn't interview me, but I met Jesse James Decker in person for the first time. I've texted her so many times.
Oh, no way.
But she was there. She was working the red carpet. And then Katie Austin was there working the red carpet as well. And she stopped me and was like, can we do an interview and clear the air that we're not related?
Oh, that's funny.
I know,
is that
I
a
was
thing?
like, but are we?
Kind of look.
It's like we could be
similar.
I don't know if we look that similar, but we definitely don't have the same bodies. She's got like an 8-pack.
So do you. That's what I see when I look at you.
Just love you, sweet man.
Was Jesse James Decker nice?
No, she was. I'm just kidding. Yeah, she was so nice. I'm just kidding. No, she like actually was so nice.
Yeah. That's funny.
No, she was so sweet, so beautiful. She looked stunning last night, and I saw her makeup artist who I follow on Instagram. She's kind of like this famous makeup artist, and like I kind of fangirled over her a little bit.
Have you ever worked with her?
No, she does like famous people. And like I follow her because she does like really, really famous people.
Oh shoot!
And I kind of forgot her name, but she was there, and I maybe fangirled over her the most. Well,
let me tell you something. You looked amazing. I'm so glad you had a great time. You were a great friend.
Such a good friend.
I am ready to end this podcast.
Why?
I'm just tired.
You don't want to talk to me anymore?
No, I loved talking to you.
You want to go to the lake?
Yeah, I want to go to the lake.
Okay. We are going to be packing up after this and heading to the lake house. And I do want to say you've done a phenomenal job at trying. Like, nobody tries harder than this man. Okay. Like he makes an effort, and
I know, but I never get an A for effort.
Being made cannot be meet. And here's the thing. He is always so close. So close. So y'all know that Jordan gets really obsessed with things. Like he's extremely obsessed with the bathroom experience at our lake house. I don't know why, but it is like, he will be like, this is him on ChatGPT. What makes the best bathroom experience? You know that you've done this. You know that you Google this. Okay. And then he'll read these forums that are like, so one time I went to this guy's house and he had heated floors, and then he had monogrammed napkins that you just threw away after you
so
wash your
real.
hands. And then the water didn't ever turn cold. It was always warm. And so Jordan gets all these ideas. That's how we found out about Cozy Earth sheets. Like literally not sponsored. Like
I love learning
he
from
looked
people.
at Reddit forums. So he's super obsessed with that. He also at our lake house is obsessed with the breakfast experience. Okay. So he's like so obsessed where he has this waffle maker. We've talked about it a million times. He's been trying so hard to figure out exactly how to make like the perfect breakfast for a lot of guests when we stay at the lake house. Okay. So the first time we got the waffle maker, we wake up, there's like 6 people staying. He literally made 42 waffles. Like, I don't know, but it's because he looks on ChatGPT and he follows this recipe, but he doesn't like portion control it. So he literally made 62 waffles. So, and no offense, but the waffles were like really bouncy dry. Like, I don't know, like if you would have thrown them, they were kind of like a little foamy. Like they would have bounced a few feet, but it's okay. The effort was like made and it's so sweet and I like loved it. So then my aunt comes and stays with us and he's like, I want to make breakfast. And I'm like, great. Eggs, bacon, and pancakes. I told him, I was like, let's not do the waffles because they're getting a little foamy. I was like, let's just do pancakes. Y'all, the pancake mix directions are on the back of the box, okay? Pancakes and eggs and bacon are probably 3 of the easiest things you can make besides cereal. And so Jordan, I go like, I wake up and I go out and he's making breakfast. I'm like, this is so sweet. And he's like, he's already made the pancake mixing experience so complicated. He's put everything into a massive ass blender. Okay. So the pancake mix is in a blender when I'm like, why is this in a blender? Like you literally just have to put water and egg and maybe some oil in the mix in a bowl and stir it, you know? And so, but I'm like, you know what? Jordan just always likes to do things his way. So I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. So he's like, can you teach me how to use the griddle and like how to make pancakes? I'm like, yes. So first you want to put butter down, not olive oil, because the butter just makes a pancake taste so good, you know? So we put butter down and I'm like, put it on medium, wait for it to heat up. And I start pouring out the pancake and I'm going to teach him, you know, when you lay a pancake down, you have to wait for the bubbles to sprout. And when the bubbles pop, you know, it's probably cooked on one side. That's when you flip it. I don't know if you knew that, but
You told me that.
okay. You told me that. Life lesson. So we start pouring them and I'm like, man, something in this kitchen smells so garlicky. I'm like, it smells so salty garlicky. Like really, you know, when you like cut garlic and it's so strong. And I'm flipping the pancakes and I'm like smelling. I'm like, maybe we left something out last night. And I'm flipping the pancakes and I'm like, okay, like, and I'm showing him how to make them. So we probably make 6 or 7 pancakes and the smell is just getting stronger and stronger. And then my aunt comes out and I'm like, guys, do y'all smell that? I'm like, it smells disgusting. Like it's getting stronger. I go, these pancakes smell like garlic. And Jordan's like, and I'm like, babe, what did you put in the pancake mix? And he's like, nothing. I just put oil and pancake. And I go, but babe, look at the box. This one didn't require oil. Why did you put?
No, it did.
He goes, oh,
Stop,
okay.
Stop. It did.
Okay. So he goes to the kitchen. He goes, well, I thought I would use this oil. And he pulls out our truffle oil. Truffle oil. It's like a garlic truffle oil.
No. Truff is the brand. And
it's a truffle oil, babe.
Yeah, no, can I tell you what went through my mind though?
No, we all know. You just thought it was like a sweet oil.
Yeah.
Because it's truffle. Truffle,
Yes,
you know what truffle is?
I thought it was like a luxury olive oil because it says truffle olive oil.
Do you know what truffle even is?
Yeah, it's like what the dogs sniff for.
What kind of plant is it?
Isn't it a fungus?
It's a mushroom, yes.
Yeah, mushroom, right?
It's a mushroom, yes.
Yeah.
So you're putting mushrooms into our pancakes. So that you hear that.
Listen, here's what I didn't know is Truff makes hot sauce and all these. I thought Truff was the brand. I didn't know that meant
it was like a truffle oil, like truffle. Yeah.
No, I know that now.
Like you put it on like a pizza.
I think it was a pretty innocent mistake, if I'm being honest.
So then we were like still cooking it, and he just leaves. Like he just goes bye-bye. And like a week later, I come home and I'm just like sitting in bed and, you know, like we just start laughing because you just remember. And I'm like, remember that time you put truffle in our pancakes? Like it was so disgusting because we had to throw the whole batch away. And he goes, yeah, I didn't tell you about this, but I put it all in the eggs too. And I just ran out of there. He goes, I didn't want to see y'all's reactions, but I just ran out. The exit wasn't so bad.
I literally left for 30 minutes because I was like, I'm about to get demolished because I just made 24 eggs with white truffle olive oil.
That's the other thing.
Because you go, Jordan, did you put it in the eggs? And I go, no, absolutely not. And then I just left. And I was like, I can't take it. I was so ashamed of my decision to put it in the pancakes because the sentiment was so there, and I feel like I wasn't getting any A's for effort.
I know I've told this story before, but just before we move on, I just want to tell this one last story.
No, stop.
The egg one with the...
Yeah, no more.
Babe,
no
it's so
more.
sweet.
No, it's not.
It's just how your brain works. Can I just tell him?
Okay, fine.
When I first started dating Jordan, he invited me over to make breakfast for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this man cooks too. He made me an egg scramble. And I was like, God, this is such a sweet man. He serves me
That's
eggs.
who I want to be. That's what I'm trying to
Just
be.
wait. He serves me eggs mixed with little pieces of carrots, almonds, raisins, and blue cheese, all mixed together in an egg scramble. Come to find out, it wasn't just almonds and raisins. It was one of those trail mixes that he just pulled out the almonds and the raisins, mixed it all together in the eggs, served it to me. The blue cheese made the eggs green. So I'm eating he just thought like...
She's embellishing.
No, I'm not, babe.
You're embellishing.
Jordan.
You're embellishing.
Literally,
slightly.
you made me a scramble with carrots, raisins, and almonds.
You're slightly embellishing.
And green and blue cheese. It was the most disgusting thing. But at first, I was like, "Oh my God, is he kind of like a culinary genius?" Like I was like, these flavors together. And then I just realized he used everything in his kitchen that wasn't expired.
You know what's so funny is in my mind, I literally was like Ratatouille. I literally was like Ratatouille. Like I was like, oh, like it's like Italian music playing in the background. And I was like, she's gonna be so impressed. You're gonna be like, whoa, so innovative, chef.
I kind of thought that at first because I didn't know him. Like he was so smart, and I was like, oh, this guy is like kind of a culinary genius. And then I just realized, no, he just pulled out every single thing he had. He had carrots from hummus, and he had trail mix. And then you had some blue cheese, like randomly. And it was so gross. It tasted so bad. I'm like, wow. It's okay. Anyway.
Well,
I still love you, babe.
Well, we're going right now. I got Saturday morning. I got Sunday morning to figure this out.
You just love to overcomplicate things.
No. Well.
It didn't really have to be that. It's so simple.
Yeah, maybe so.
You know, you just, honestly, here's another thing too. You don't need to make 24 eggs when there's only 4 people there. I've been meaning to tell you that one.
Well,
the way I do it is like 2 eggs per person.
I know. Yes.
So if there's like 6 people, 12 eggs.
I ordered less eggs this time.
Phew. We're wasting a lot of eggs. Okay.
Well, but like, is there still a chance that I can redeem myself? Because I've got Saturday and Sunday.
I guess we'll have to find out next week on De-Influence.
Here's the big thing is that Sunday's Mother's Day. It's a big breakfast.
Okay. Well, we love you guys. Hey, can y'all just do me a favor? Can y'all just go follow us on Instagram and TikTok? I mean, like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, seriously.
For sure.
What are you going to lose?
What are you going to lose?
All you're going to do is just gain so many laughs.
Totally.
And so many reminders to come listen to our podcast.
And knowledge.
And knowledge about the Iran conflict.
Totally.
Okay, we love you guys. Bye.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.